Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. And if you remember my neighbor's yard across the street, we took it over. Well, not we, I took it over late last fall, aerated and seeded it. Then after we done the seeding in the fall last year, we done a follow-up fertilizer of that. Then we put down a winterizer. And then we got into February, put down a round one with a pre-emergent. April, round two with a pre-emergent fertilizer, and something happened. The rain cut off. Everything just shut down here. Went super hot, super dry, really quickly. You can see from the flyovers, all the yards around me were just really stressed out really badly from the lack of rain, high winds, and crazy hot temperatures. Fortunately, my yard's irrigated, so I was able to keep mine going. I was able to keep the test plot rocking and rolling by watering it one day a week, super deep and heavy. And you know, it's kind of one of those unfortunate things that, you know, when Mother Nature says it's going to be this way, then, you know, it's going to be that way. There's really not a lot you can do about it unless you supplement with water. So now I'm in a situation here that here in the past week, the past 5 days, we have got an incredible amount of rain. We've got like between 4 and 5 inches roughly, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I now have moisture in the ground to support growth. And so now I can wake this turf back up, try to bring it back out of its stressed out state. And on top of that, I've got some fungus issues over here, so I can cure it. And I'm gonna do it all in one application. Let's go over here and look at the yard, and then I'm gonna tell you what I got in the tank, and we'll see what happens. So if you remember from last year, we had a tremendous amount of Dallas grass. As you can see, I did have some come back. It's not a ton, and that actually was probably some that I just missed in the application because I was using that little foamer to spot treat these really difficult to control grasses. I'll link that video up in the description below. You can check that video out if you want to. We will be doing that again here real soon because I want to try and take some of this Dallas out before it gets too late in the season. Hopefully you can see it on the camera. An overall browny haze to the yard somewhat, and that's the heat stress element of all this. You can see kind of down in here, just some brown kind of mixed down in the canopy. Now what you also see this round circular formation, and notice the color of that brown versus the color of brown that's kind of scattered. Not sure if the camera can do it justice, but it is a different kind of brown when you're dealing with Rhizoctonia brown patch fungus and heat stress. It's a different color of brown. And with it being in the ground, it has to wait until conditions are favorable, and our conditions are favorable right now. It's humid. Past 4 or 5 days, we've had lots of rain, water sitting on the grass blade overnight, and this is what you see as a result when the Rhizoctonia shows itself in a physical appearance. You get a brown patch. And then when you inspect the plant closely, you can see all the characteristics. Look at that leaf blade curled up like that. That's a characteristic. Look at this leaf blade. Brown, green, brown, green, brown, green. Look at right there in the brown, how it's kind of bent over, doubled over on itself. Characteristic. Look at this leaf blade right here. See the lesions on the leaf? Characteristic. Now sometimes with brown patch, you'll see several patches all clustered up together. And then when you look at it as a whole, it looks like one big patch. But you can see these are all individual little areas that are popping up here. But look when we get up under this tree. It's just a big old maple tree. It's, you know, what they plant, you know, when they do these houses, there's a tree in every front yard down through here. But I've been able to keep the grass looking pretty good up under here. But look how nice and lush and green that is. Absolutely no disease whatsoever up under this tree. And then also look at how much greener this is than right out there. It's shaded from the heat. So because I have moisture to support growth, okay, I'm able to fertilize. If we were still in that same condition as hot and dry, no rain in sight, and the yard was still stressed out, I wouldn't even consider putting a fertilizer on it. I wouldn't. But like I said, I've got moisture in the ground, and in my future forecast for the next 10 days, I see some more rain coming. So I'm good to go ahead and feed the grass, right? So with this application, I've been testing out a couple of new nozzles that are able to put out a very high amount of volume of water. And so I split the yard right down the middle, used one nozzle with the same mix on one side, one nozzle on the other side. I'm gonna kind of see if there's any kind of physical difference that I can see in color and control and that kind of thing. And that way I'll know which nozzle I want to use, or maybe even we may be adding that to like one of the packages moving forward. Now I did use a real high volume of water, meaning that piece of grass over there is 5,000 square feet, and I put 8 gallons of water on it. Okay, I sprayed 2,500 square feet with one backpack sprayer full, which is 4 gallons. Come back over here, mixed up again, sprayed the other 2,500 square feet with the other 4 gallons. I ran some green punch, the 1801. I run some green effect, which is a 700, which got some iron in it. I also run microgreen, which is the 002 with micronutrients, and then I also run the CK, which is kelp. I have both my fungicides in there, the propiconazole and the azoxystrobin, and I finished it off with the O2 natural adjuvant. So my intent with this application was to use a lot of water, really penetrate the canopy, really saturate the leaf blade, every single thing. That way I can just really get super duper coverage. For one, I had several things in the tank, so I needed a little bit more water to dilute that out so that my pump will be able to handle it. Number two, I just wanted that superior coverage, just super good coverage, because I'm doing quite a few things over here in one application. Of course, the green punch is going to feed it. That's my nitrogen source, getting a little bit of nitrogen from the green effect. I got some iron in both the green effect and in the microgreen to help darken it up a little bit. Then the kelp and the micronutrients, the nitrogen, the potassium in there, all that stuff combined is going to help me moving forward with heat stress. And of course, the adjuvant kind of binds it all together. It's going to help it adhere to the plant. Also going to help the plant to hold some more water. It's actually rained. The plant, I can already see a difference in the yard. It looked 5 times as worse as it does last week, but it's already starting to recover before I even put this nutrient package on it. I had to move my camera from over there. It was getting too hot. It kept cutting off on me. Theo, come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. He's getting big, ain't he? I had a few folks ask me how Theo is doing. He's been doing pretty good. Look at him. Yeah, boy. Look at the camera. Tell him hey. Tell him hey. Yeah. You ready to get down? Go on. Don't you pee on my grass. So if you're wondering why I didn't put the cowtide in there, well, calcium in liquid form is a very finicky product, okay? It's kind of like, you know, if you got a group of high school kids and you got that one dude that sits in the corner and he don't get along with nobody. He ain't nobody's friend. He ain't nobody's buddy. Well, that's kind of what calcium is, as far as the way that relates to mixing it with other you know, NPK, micros, other liquid products you put in the tank. Calcium don't play well with those. It's okay to apply it, then mix something else and apply that. But as far as putting the cowtide in the tank with another product, you're best just to not do that. Okay, so I had so many different things in the tank, and some of the things in there, if I would have put some cow tide in it, it would have pretty much turned into a goopy mess. And so I didn't want to do that. So yeah, I'll come back and apply some cow tide in a couple of days, but I'm gonna wait until after this application is kind of done what it's gonna do. So I had another situation back in the test plot that video either has loaded or is getting ready to load, that I have been watering 1 day a week, and it's okay, healthy turf. Didn't pre-treat it for fungus, and I had some brown patch pop up, so I treated that a different way. Applied the same fungicide, but I'm gonna come back a couple of days later and put the protein 600 with that 14% iron in it and really pop that to life that way. And then over here, I chose to do it a different way so I could make you another video and show you a different way to do it. But the difference is I didn't have water present. You know, he's not going to water, super tight guy. It is what it is. It's his money. He has the right to spend it the way he wants to. If he don't want to spend it on a water bill, there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm good with that. But now that Mother Nature has blessed us with a little rain, I was able to feed the turf, put a little iron down for color, put some micronutrients, kelp, and fungicide to kind of clear that up and get that yard looking back good again for July 4th, right around the corner. And of course on my yard, as soon as I get that protein 600, I'm gonna go and put it down on my yard about 2 weeks before the 4th. That would really give it time to kick in good, and man, this joker is gonna be glowing like a new penny. I cannot wait to get that fertilizer down. Low nitrogen, so you don't have to worry about burning the turf and all that. And then it's also got that really high shot of iron that's gonna really darken the yard up in a serious kind of way. What are you doing? You don't wanna hang out with me? Why don't you sit up here with me? Talk to these people. So anyway, subscribe, and then you can check out in a couple of weeks from now when we video and show the update on this, and we'll show the update on the test plot. Everything will be looking good again, I believe. Have his yard back nice and green, and we can start mowing it again. So, as always, I appreciate you watching, taking time out of your day. I'll check you later. Hey, check this out. I know that around the country, law enforcement kind of gets a bad rap from time to time and kind of gets thrown under the bus. But if you notice my shirt right here, State Police of Virginia. I got a brother that's in North Carolina Highway Patrol. If you're law enforcement and you're watching this and you're listening to this video, I want you to know that me, myself, my home, my family, my company, my business, and millions of other Americans that you might not ever get to hear from, we want you to know that we support you, we respect you, and we got your back, and we appreciate what you do. Come on. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, come on, get it. Give me my hat, go get my hat, go get my hat, boy. Here, sit. Sit, not lay down. Hey, come on, get it. Bring it here. No, bring me the hat, you goofball. Go get the hat.